Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
This is the OPS pregame report.
We are live from Homestead High School as we get set for tonight's boys basketball matchup between the Homestead Spartans and Blackhawk Christian Braves. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Matt Saalfrank alongside Brayden, Carroll, and our sideline reporter Jenna Lane as we are about 10 minutes away from tip-off of tonight's matchup. And Brayden, it's finally here. The game everyone has been waiting for all season. Two unbeatens, two of the top teams in the state regardless of class. It's number 3 Blackhawk versus number 4 Homestead. This one has been circled for a long time and it's finally here.
This is easily the most anticipated matchup for both of these squads. And the coaches poll, the one poll that measures, or the one major poll between all the classes in Indiana, has both these teams in the top 5. They're proven, they're undefeated, they both have double-digit wins. This should be a fantastic game.
Before we start breaking down each of these teams, we have to talk about the talent that's on the court tonight. Of course, most people know by now the 3 biggest names in all of Fort Wayne this year are Caleb First, Luke Goody, and Fletcher Lawyer. 3 players who will be playing college basketball in the Big Ten, and we will soon see 2 of these players that are going against each other tonight on opposing teams become teammates when they get to the college level.
It's wild that we get to see this kind of competition, this kind of talent in one game. You have 2 players both going to Purdue, 3 players who all are averaging above 20 points per game out of First, Lawyer, and Goody. You hardly ever see this kind of game where you have this much talent in both squads.
Now let's take a look at the teams tonight, starting with this Homestead team. They are led by 2 future Big Ten players in Luke Goody and Fletcher Lawyer.
And these 2 really are the backbone of this Homestead squad. You take one of them out, and it's not the same team. They're not undefeated, but they both are just absolutely dominant, averaging above 20 points per game. Fletcher Lawyer first in the nation in free throw percentage, just to get an indicator of how much of a spot-on shooter he is. Both these 2 players bound for D1, bound for Big Ten, and they are the leaders of this team.
And let's look a little more at Luke Goody specifically. In both of his games in January, he is averaging a double-double and is playing some of the best basketball of his career here at Homestead.
You know, last season, there were a lot of people who thought, how can it get better for Luke Goody? And he has really proven that he can shine even when a new player comes in, like Fletcher Lawyer has to share the spotlight, but he has really dominated this season. 20 points per game, 9.2 rebounds per game, proving that the sky is the limit for Luke Goody.
And for Blackhawk Christian, they are led by 6'10" forward Caleb First, also a future Boilermaker, and 6'3" guard and University of St. Francis commit Zane Burke. These 2 have played a ton together on the court and have won a ton together on the court for the Braves.
We're really seeing 2 teams with dynamic duos. Homestead has Fletcher Lawyer and Luke Goody. Blackhawk Christian has Caleb First and Zane Burke. And those 2 really dominate. You have Caleb First with 22.3 points per game, 14.3 rebounds per game. He's 4th in the state in rebounds per game and tied for 29th in the state for points per game. So he's one of those players that can really shine, and he certainly is a huge part of this Blackhawk Christian squad. Both these players are going to be a huge factor tonight.
And for those that don't know, Caleb First did not pick up interest only in state, but also nationally. As of today, 24/7 Sports has Caleb First as a 4-star recruit and the number 52 player in the nation for the current high school senior class. Now, Brayden, let's take a look at some of the many offers First piled up in his basketball career.
And all kinds of D1 squads looking at Caleb First. You have in-state teams, Purdue, Butler, Indiana, and Notre Dame, who have shown interest, and out-of-state squads from the Big Ten, the Big East, ACC, and even Stanford in the Pac-12. He's really proven himself to the nation, and that's why he's bound for D1.
And these teams are starting to become very familiar with each other, as the last few seasons, a lot of people had this game circled as the must-see matchup of the season. And if you recall last year, no empty seats were found at Blackhawk for the mid-January battle. The past 3 years, it's gone down to late in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's crazy how two teams that are two classes apart can have games this competitive. I mean, recently it's been the hottest ticket in town. Last season, you had Purdue head coach Matt Painter, North Carolina head coach Rory Williams, Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo, all at Blackhawk Christian, which sold out to see that game. Homestead won 69-55. This is just another addition to what has been a historic rivalry in recent years.
The final time Indiana high school basketball fans will get to watch AAU teammates and good friends Lou Goody and Caleb First go head-to-head against each other at the high school level. Both are a member of the Indy Heat 2021 team. Both will try to guide their schools to a state tournament run, and starting next year, they will be rivals once again at the Big Ten level of basketball. It should be a great one to witness tonight.
You already know these two want to one-up each other. They've been really close recently, and I mean, for the last 3 years, they have really put together fantastic showings against each other. It should be another great addition to what these two have had to offer.
And we're just getting started here in the pregame report. Still ahead, we'll take a look at each team's previous game this season and preview what to expect in tonight's matchup. We'll be right back.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
This is the OPS pregame report.
Welcome back to the OPS pregame show as we get closer to tip-off of today's boys basketball matchup between 4A number 3 Homestead Spartans and 2A number 1 Blackhawk Christian Braves. And now looking at Homestead's last game, which came on Friday, they knocked off the Southside Archers 92-43 thanks to some fantastic performances from Luke Goody and Fletcher Lawyer.
Really, nobody was surprised that Homestead won. They were more surprised in the fashion that Homestead won, scoring more than twice the amount Southside had. Fletcher Lawyer, Luke Goody, both above 25 points on the game. Really key factors to Homestead getting the big win.
Now looking at some of the Homestead team stats from their win over Southside on Friday, as the Spartans are 3-0 in the SAC and have a big matchup against fellow 3-0 SAC team Snyder this Friday.
And when you see those shooting percentages, it just seemed unfair to Southside. 52% from beyond, 62% from inside, and of course 91% from the free throw stripe. There was just nothing that Southside defense could do.
We know about Homestead's big three, but now let's take a look at Blackhawk Christian's top 3 scorers this season and who we can expect to see put up a lot of points tonight. In fact, the Braves currently have 4 players averaging over 10 points per game on the season.
They have such a balanced offense. It's so deadly as seeing their undefeated record. There really hasn't been anybody that they've competed against who can keep up with what Blackhawk Christian's had from First, Burke, and Davidson this season.
And when you compare these two schools in size, Homestead is over 2,000 students larger than Blackhawk, yet the Braves are one of the top teams in the state of Indiana for boys basketball.
Even though Blackhawk is small, they are mighty. They have really gone up against some bigger schools and showed up, especially in the area with Northside, New Haven, Wayne, Concordia, all victories for Blackhawk Christian.
And now let's take a look at a comparison between how both teams are faring in offense, defense, and margin of victory so far this season.
And although Blackhawk has the advantage in offensive average, defensive average, and margin of victory, don't take anything away from Homestead. They have the tougher strength of schedule, a lot tougher than Blackhawk Christian. So Homestead, they may be lower on these stats, but don't be fooled.
We're about to get set for tip-off. Homestead is looking to keep their winning streak alive in the biggest test of the year. Tip-off and starting lineups are next. It's Homestead versus Blackhawk Christian coming up.
Here at Homestead High School Media, we're taking steps to stay safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. That includes limiting the number of workers in the TV studio and wearing masks when not on camera. We also socially distance our anchors each week at the news desk. In the studios, we limit the number of people allowed in at a time, and even our mics wear masks. Thank you for doing your part in helping fight COVID-19.
Tonight, a long-awaited matchup. Two undefeated teams. One will leave with a blemished record.
Goody slams it for Homestead. A slam dunk by Luke Goody. Harmon, a three-pointer. That's good. Quinn Harmon's in the first quarter. Knocks down a three-pointer for the Homestead Spartans.
The Blackhawk Braves enter Spartan Arena.
To Homestead High School as we get set for starting lineups in tip-off. It's going to be a great game tonight. Brayden between Homestead and Blackhawk Christian. Now let's look at the starting lineup for the Blackhawk Christian Braves. They have Caleb First, Callan Wood, Zane Burke, Jacob Boyer, and Marcus Davidson. That's a really solid lineup for Blackhawk Christian.
They have such a powerful all-around game. They thrive on the fast break, and they can slow things down, but their offense relies on those fast breaks to get their points, and they're so balanced. They really pass it around. They're able to do almost whatever they want on the offensive end.
And now you look at the starting lineup for the Homestead Spartans. Of course, everyone knows about Fletcher Lawyer going to play basketball at Purdue. You also have in the starting lineup Caleb Colpy, a senior, Luke Goody, signed to play basketball at Illinois, Andrew Leeper, a junior, and Grant Simmons, a senior. Another really solid starting lineup for this Homestead team.
Yeah, you have Luke Goody and Fletcher Lawyer who really put this team together. They're the glue of this Spartan squad, and they can put together some fantastic showings as they have recently. Both were above 25 points against the Spartans. They're two of the main reasons that Homestead has gone this far into the season undefeated.
Blackhawk Christian led by Mark Davidson, who's 156-47 in his 8th year at Blackhawk. In his 18th year overall as a head coach, he's leading the Braves. And for Homestead, they're led by Chris Johnson, who's 359-152 in his 22nd year at Homestead and 27th year overall. I mean, everyone's been waiting for this game all season. Brayden, I'm really excited to finally get tip-off.
Yeah, last season was such a great game between these two squads. Historically, they've had some close battles, and everybody's expecting this one to be just as exciting.
Officials Tom Newert, Mike Johnson, and Charles Smith as the tip controlled by the Blackhawk Christian Braves. They are ranked number 1 in Class 2A, 10-0 overall on the season. You see the starters there first, Wood, Burke, Boyer, and Davidson as early on. Blackhawk Christian able to score. That's Zane Burke with the two-pointer.
You should expect fast possessions like that all night long from Blackhawk Christian.
Goody answers right back for Homestead, other end. A three-pointer. Spartans with the lead. 7:24 to go in the first. Burke to Wood. Driving in, that's Boyer, misses the shot. Outlet pass to Lawyer. He wants to drive it for the Spartans. Now to Leeper. Over to Goody. Fires another three ball off the back of the iron. Controlled by First. The Purdue commit. Burke swirls it in for his second basket of the game. Now 4 points for Zane Burke as Blackhawk reclaims the lead. 4-3. Lawyer pull up on First, got it. Fletcher Lawyer scores his first points of the game for Homestead. Spartans back in front. It's been back and forth so far.
And you really shouldn't be surprised to see how fast both these offenses are moving. They rely on the fast-paced offense to get it going.
And First throws it down. Caleb First. What a way to score his first basket of the game. Blackhawk back in front. Simmons now with it for Homestead. High intensity so far. Simmons open. First another board for the Braves. Burke, who has 4 points already, double teamed. Now to Wood. Back to Burke. Right corner, that's Boyer. Blackhawk leading 6-5, 5:41 to go in the first quarter. First on Goody. Burke thought about the three, drives in. Over to Wood, puts up the shot. That's missed. Rebound to Homestead.
Both these teams, you already know that they are going to fire whenever they get even a slightly open shot.
Leaper goes up with it and scores. Chance for an and one. Andrew Leaper, someone that had 8 points on Friday against Southside. Look at that move. Andrew Leaper, a junior, 6'5". That foul is going against Callan Wood. That's his first of the game and the team's first.
Homestead really shows their strength inside. Just like that, Andrew Leaper able to get in there, get the contact and the bucket to fall.
Homestead back in front now. Step back, that's Davidson, nails it. Marcus Davidson with a 2-pointer. His first basket of the game. It's tied at 8, under 5 to go in this first quarter. Battle of two unbeatens. Homestead 12-0, Blackhawk is 10-0 on the season. Two very solid programs in the state of Indiana. Foul on the floor.
So far, Homestead, they have really had to pass things around. Blackhawk Christian playing very up-close defense, not giving Homestead an inch from the perimeter.
Boyer picks up the foul there for Blackhawk. Goody, tough shot. Rebound other end. Blackhawk with a chance to retake the lead once again. Zane Burke has it, a 6'3" senior guard. Boyer gets the layup to go. 10-8 Blackhawk in front, 4:15 to go in the first. Simmons scores, he ties it up. It's 10-10. Back and forth we go. Now at the midway point in this first quarter.
This is exactly what we expected from both offenses, responding to each other, keeping this one close. Nobody's going to give up any major leads this early in the game.
8 different players have scored in this game, with both teams still starting lineup out there. Burke to Boyer. Left corner, that's Wood. This is a 3-ball. First goes up with it again! He dunks it! His second basket and his second dunk of the game, Caleb First.
Caleb First, 6'10", he's the tallest on the court right now. You already know that whenever he gets any opportunity down low, he's going to take it to get the slam.
This is a Homestead team that wins by an average of 22.5 points per game. As Blackhawk, they win by 31.8 points per game as Colping scores. Now all 5 starters have scored for Homestead, but these teams not used to playing close games, and right now it's tied at 12, 3 minutes to go in the first.
And Homestead, every starter with points so far, like you said, they're playing really balanced offense, and they're keeping it close right now with Blackhawk Christian.
First to Wood, drives baseline. Underneath, that's Boyer, swatted. Lawyer other end for Homestead. Goody. Leaper, an open 3-ball. Doesn't get the bounce. First again. Easy basket for Caleb First.
First really thrives down low. He's got 22.3 points per game. He shoots 66% from inside the arc. You already know that when he's down low, he's going to take any basket that he can get.
Leaper with it for Homestead. Goody. Got it. Luke Goody now with 5 points of the game for Homestead. It's tied up again. 14, 1:50 to go in the first quarter. Davidson feeds it to first. It's double teamed. First drives in, attacks the basket. Doesn't get the shot to fall. Other end, Simmons. Layup is good. Grant Simmons gives Homestead the lead. Simmons now with 4 points.
And that bucket came from the good defense on the other end on Caleb First. They've already caught on to how his game works there. They have a man on Caleb First every possession now.
Blackhawk looking to tie or take the lead. Burke. Bottom of the net. Zane Burke. Another two-pointer for him. He's up to 6 points, and it's tied at 16.
He's one of those rare players that we don't see very often who thrives in the mid-range. He shoots 63% from inside.
Lawyer misses on the shot. Burke the rebound. Pretty solid rebounder. Pulls up. Misses that one. First, using his height, but he and Goody fall to the ground.
We knew these two teams would play very aggressively on the defensive end, trying to get the ball whenever they can.
Travel called on first. Turnover on Blackhawk. They only turn it over 9.8 times per game. 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. Homestead with a chance to take the lead. They're going to hold it most likely for the final 24 seconds, the last shot of this first quarter.
And you have to guard Fletcher Lawyer on this possession. He's a very catch-and-shoot player. If Luke Goody gets it to him, even with a little bit of space, Lawyer can take the shot and end the half on a three-pointer.
Goody still with it. Number 20 in white for Homestead. Down to 4 seconds. Goody around the leaper screen, pulls up, can't bank it in. Wood doesn't really get anywhere on that three-pointer. It's tied at 16 apiece. Homestead and Blackhawk after the first quarter of action. We'll be right back after this.
Rethink your limits.
Start of the second quarter about to begin. I'm Matt Saalfrank calling your play-by-play alongside Brayden, Carroll, and our sideline reporter Jenna Lane. Tied at 16 after one. Brayden, it's been a very back-and-forth game. It feels like each time these teams go down the court, they're scoring.
Yeah, when they are, they're really getting a lot of opportunities to score, but especially from beyond the arc, they're having a little trouble getting those shots to fall. Homestead right now at 17%, Blackhawk Christian at 0%. And a fun little fact, this is the exact same score at the end of the first as it was last season, 16-16.
That is interesting. Start of the second. Foul called on Boyer. That's his second, as Jones into the lineup for the first time for Blackhawk. Inbound to Simmons. Homestead 5-0 at home this season. Simmons takes the three ball. Goody offensive rebound. Goes up with it and scores. Luke Goody as he falls to the ground. Another basket for him, 7 points for the 6'7" senior forward going to play basketball at Illinois.
That's the kind of offensive possession that Coach Parker loves to see from his team. Whenever there's a miss, look Goody down low, grabbing the rebound and getting some points off the boards.
Burke, who has 6, gives it to First underneath, who also has 6, but stolen away by Homestead. Lawyer in transition out to Goody. Homestead up 2, Goody gets the roll and it falls. Luke Goody now with 9 points to lead Homestead in scoring.
Goody is just so dangerous down low. 20 points per game, 9.2 rebounds per game. You cannot give him space inside the arc.
Jones misses the open three-pointer as Lawyer a rebound for Homestead. Now to Andrew Leeper. Fletcher Lawyer thought about the two-pointer. It's Quinn Harmon in the game for Homestead. Goody takes a shot, misses. First just snatches that board. When you're 6'10", it's pretty easy to grab rebounds like that.
Yeah, Caleb First, he is one of the leaders in the state in rebounds per game at 4th in the state.
Speaking of First, he scores right there with 8 points.
He's having a great start to this game so far. One of the main contributors in this first half for Blackhawk Christian.
He and Luke Goody are on the same AAU team, Indy Heat 2021, as Lawyer somehow scores for Homestead. His second basket of the game now with 4 points. Homestead up 4 points. Burke, tough shot, and he drains it. Burke now with 8 points. For the Braves, it's a 2-point game.
That was a quick response by Blackhawk Christian. Fletcher Lawyer had a beautiful layup on the other end, and then almost immediately Burke is on the Blackhawk Christian side for their offense getting a quick bucket.
Simmons takes a 3. It's good. Grant Simmons, the three-pointer. He's up to 7.
Blackhawk Christian, they cannot allow Homestead to play that kind of game where they're passing it around the perimeter, because at some point, Simmons, Leeper, Lawyer, Goody, one of them is going to get open, and they are very consistent from beyond the arc.
Blackhawk is 10 of 14 on two-pointers so far. Knocked out of bounds by Goody. Nice defense from him as a sub about to check in, Caden Kapowicki. See the replay, good defense by Goody to knock it out of bounds as Leeper goes to the bench.
And Homestead, they've really gathered some momentum in this second quarter. It was tied up at the end of the first, and they're already gathering themselves a nice lead right now, up 5.
First underneath. Scores easily once again. Caleb First now in double digits with 10 points.
He is smothered on the offensive end by always somebody down low on Homestead, but he just makes it look easy, getting those easy buckets down low, even when he's being double-teamed.
Homestead is 9 of 10 on two-pointers so far. Lawyer takes a two-pointer and gets it to go again. Homestead now 10 of 11 shooting from 2 this game. As Lawyer up to 6 points for Homestead. They're up by 5 points now.
And Lawyer makes these shots look like an art form. That was just a beautiful, beautiful floater by Fletcher Lawyer. He's up to 6 points right now.
Shot is good by the Braves. That was First who knocked down the three-pointer. Actually give him a 2 on it. First with the other end now for the Braves. It's a 3-point game.
That was a rare turnover by Homestead, their first turnover of the night as well. And they're a team that really doesn't let themselves lose control of the ball very often.
Fletcher Lawyer commits a foul. That's his first and the team's first. First underneath, triple teamed. Jones, top of the key, Davidson. Foul on Homestead underneath. They can't believe it.
That whole defensive possession was just not ideal for the Spartans. Triple teaming, Caleb First really left the rest of the court wide open.
Caden Kapowicki picked up that foul as First double teamed. Another foul, I believe, on Homestead. That one on Luke Goody. It's his first, now the team's third.
Right now, Homestead just trying to be as aggressive as possible inside the arc with Caleb first. They know he has been the forefront of this Blackhawk Christian offense so far.
Burke, short on that three. Underneath first, another dunk. Crushes it down for the Braves. He's up to 14 points. It's a 1-point Homestead lead.
I mean, welcome to the Caleb first show. He's at 14 points. He's really stepping up to the plate on the road.
Goody turns it over, stolen by Sefton. Jones drives in and scores. Lewis Jones averages only 6.1 points per game, a junior wing for the Braves, his first basket of the game. Blackhawk now on top by 1.
They were down 25-20 just a little bit earlier in the second quarter. Right now they find themselves on an 8-2 run with the lead.
Goody pulls up. Rebound, Marcus Davidson. Blackhawk by 1. Stolen away. Turnover on the Braves. Lawyer takes the shot and first grabs the rebound.
That was just a quick shot from Fletcher Lawyer. You know that he can really take shots whenever he wants to. He just has the ability to get into position, take a shot very rapidly. Right there, maybe not the best selection though in that basket.
3 subs check in: Leeper, Kolping, and Kyron Kapuiki. First again, now with 16 points.
He has just been unstoppable. Homestead's defense yet to respond to the amazing game Caleb First is having down low so far.
Burke wants to push it for the Braves. Over Davidson, thought about the shot. First. Knocked away, stolen by Kolping. Other end goes up with it, and Caleb Kolping scores his second basket of the game. It's a 1-point game. Blackhawks still on top.
That's where Homestead's offense thrives, on the fast break. When they're pushing it up tempo, they're able to get baskets and get them quickly.
Davidson, step back. Cha-ching! Marcus Davidson, the 2-pointer, now with 4 points.
And now it seems like Homestead is a little too focused on Caleb First. They're leaving a lot of the other core players open, and it's really costing them now.
Goody, quick 3, it's good. Jackpot. Luke Goody drills the shot.
Fletcher Lawyer and Luke Goody, 2 players on this Homestead team that have catch and shoot abilities. You can't give them even a few inches of space.
Goody with 12 now for Homestead. Shot missed by Jones. Rebound to Homestead. 48 seconds to go before half. Tie at 32. Homestead may just want to hold it here for the final shot. No shot clock on Indiana.
You want to head into the half with the momentum. No reason to give Blackhawk Christian the opportunity to get the ball in the final shot of the half. You want to be the one to finish with possession.
Lawyer now with it. 18 seconds to go, the second quarter. Kolping right corner. Out to Goody. Nearly lost it. 10 seconds to go. Lawyer. Left side for Goody. 4 seconds, Goody. A 3-ball. He deposits the jumper. Luke Goody. That shot is no good as Homestead takes a 3-point lead heading into half. It's 35-32 after 2 quarters. And right now, let's send it down to side with Homestead head coach Chris Johnson.
Thanks, Matt. I'm here with Coach Johnson. And, Coach, you're currently ahead by 3 points. We knew it was going to be a high-level game, and it hasn't disappointed. So how would you assess your team's play in the first half?
Well, just like what you said. I mean, 2 good games going at it, 2 teams going at it, and, you know, a lot of talent out here. It's fun, you know, to watch. But, you know, again, it's going to be a matter of making shots. right there at the end, we hit a couple threes, be able to put us ahead. Playing against a very good ball club, so defensively we got to get better.
Thank you. Matt, back to you.
Thanks, Jenna. Homestead up by 3 points thanks to a last-second Lou Goody three-pointer to end that second quarter, 35-32. Thanks for joining us. And when we come back, we're going to have the halftime show. We'll be back right after this.
Rethink your limits.
This is the OPS Halftime Report.
Welcome to the OPS Halftime Report. As Homestead has a 35-32 lead over Blackhawk Christian. Now some stats in the first half. Homestead is, actually Blackhawk is not knocked down a three-pointer. 0-6, Homestead 4-12 beyond the arc.
Yeah, and that has been a crucial factor to Homestead's three-point lead right now. Blackhawk Christian, they're a team that usually thrives from beyond the arc, but right now nothing's going. Luckily, Caleb First has been able to pick up the slack down low and get them some buckets off the boards, off those missed three-pointers, keeping them in this game.
Yeah, Homestead is 11 of 14 on 2, and Blackhawk 16 of 20 on 2-pointers. So both teams very effectively shooting the 2-ball in this game. What are your takeaways from that first half?
Well, right now, both teams are playing a very clean style of basketball. Maybe not when it comes to shooting, especially from beyond the arc. But when it comes to turnovers, right now, Blackhawk only has 4. Homestead only has 2. We already know that both these squads play a very clean style of basketball. But right now, they're playing with limited mistakes in a very crucial situation in a big game like this.
Let's look at some of the first half scores for Homestead. Fletcher Lawyer had 6 points. Caleb Colpine had 4 points. Luke Goody had 15 points. Andrew Leeper had 3 points. And Grant Simmons had 7 points. Now, some of the scores for Blackhawk. They're led by Caleb First, who put up 16 points. Zane Burke had 8 points. Marcus Davidson had 4 points. And Lewis Jones and Jacob Boyer each had 2 points. So Homestead a 3-point lead, 35-32 over Blackhawk right now. I mean, this is exactly what every fan wanted. 2 of the best teams in the state. You could argue this is a, if there was no class, this could be a potential state championship matchup, as both these teams are ranked in the top 4 in the state right now.
Yeah, these 2 teams have proven themselves throughout the season, and especially in this game. Both have stepped up to the plate, having a great showing. Minus, if Luke Goody hadn't hit that buzzer beater to end the half, we'd be talking about a tie game right now. I mean, both squads have stepped up to the challenge, and we're ready for a great second half of play.
And we still have plenty to talk about in the OPS Halftime Report. Coming up, we take a look at news in the SAC. Stick around, more basketball action coming up on Homestead Live.
This is the OPS Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the OPS Halftime Report. I'm Matt Saalfrank alongside Brayden Carroll, who's filling in for Chris Corman as he's not able to be here tonight but should be back soon. Mr. Chris and Jenna Lane are sideline reporters. Been a close game so far. Homestead up 35-32 at halftime right now. And Brayden, right now, let's take a look at some of the major headlines in the SAC at this time. I mean, all Homestead, but a lot of news happening with Homestead. Huge win for the Lady Spartans. We were there over Lawrence North on Saturday, 56-53 in overtime. Ayanna Patterson had 23 points, 10 rebounds, and the return of Amber Austin really helped that team. If she doesn't play on the game, I don't think Homestead wins.
Yeah, and it was an absolutely wild game. I mean, Homestead at one point in the third quarter, they found themselves down double digits, were able to take the lead back, and then Lawrence North found themselves down 6 with under half a minute left in the game. Somehow came back, had a wild buzzer beater to send it into overtime, but the Lady Spartans were able to get the win in the end and beat a really tough defending state champion Lawrence North's team.
And the girls basketball team is in action as we speak. Coaches poll top 20 matchup. Number 16 Homestead at number 13 Mishawaka Marion. Ayanna Patterson 7 points away from 1,000 career points, so not too far away from reaching that career milestone. Only a junior. Will try to provide you with score updates if we have it from that Homestead and Mishawaka Marion game, but two really solid teams in that matchup.
Yeah, Patterson, only a junior, pretty much a lock for getting 1,000 points tonight, and it should be a fantastic game between these two teams. Homestead, they haven't fared very well against top 15 teams in Class 4A. North Central, Carroll, both of them got some double-digit blowouts over the Spartans, but Homestead's looking to bounce back and prove to the polls that they belong.
And a big game coming up on Friday in boys basketball. SAC action. Homestead 3-0, Snyder 3-0. You have the matchup between Fletcher Lawyer and Carson Jenkins, two of the best players, two of the best scorers in the area. That should be a good one.
Yeah, and Homestead is looking for revenge after what happened last season at Spartan Arena. John Barnes Jr. hitting the buzzer beater at the end to win in stunning fashion. Homestead wants to bounce back, get themselves a victory at Snyder.
35-32, Homestead leading over Blackhawk at the half. Thanks for joining us. We're going to take one final break of this halftime show and be right back after this.
Rethink your limits.
Welcome back live to Homestead High Schools. We have a score update. Homestead leading 11-9 over Mishawaka Marion with the first quarter ending. Not surprised to see that as both teams are ranked in the top 20.
Yeah, we just talked about that game a little bit ago. We knew this would be a very competitive game, and at the end of one, it appears so. Mishawaka Marion only down 2.
Ayanna Patterson hit 1,000 career points. Congrats to her, a fantastic player, only a junior, one of the top players in the country. I know we've watched her play as broadcasters at Homestead the past few seasons, and she really is a talented player, so 1,000 career points, that's quite the milestone.
Yeah, she's D1 bound, probably Power 6 school bound. She has really proven herself to everybody in the nation, and she is garnering national attention.
Yeah, I mean, Patterson offers them basically any school you can think of at the D1 level. But back to this game now. 3-point lead for Homestead thanks to a Luke Goody three-pointer to end the first half. It was tied at 16 in the first quarter. Then Homestead, they outscored Blackhawk 19-16 in that second quarter, partially thanks to that three by Luke Goody to end it. First, Double teamed. Burke, who has 8. Over to Boyer. Now Wood. Back to Burke. Callan Wood with the ball. St. Francis baseball commit as Homestead able to come away with it. Luke Goody lost it. Turnover. Blackhawk looking to tie this game with a 3. Burke couldn't do that as Lawyer, Purdue commit, comes away with a rebound, put up 30 points on Friday against Southside. A season high is 50 points. Lawyer, that's no good. Leaper, offensive rebound, can't hit it. Burke across half court now.
And not a pretty start between these two teams in the second half. A couple turnovers and a lot of misses. Not what Coach Johnson wanted to see to start it off.
Double dribble on Caleb first. Only turns it over a couple times a game.
And right now, Blackhawk Christian, they're up to 6 turnovers. Homestead up to 3. Like I said, a little sloppy to start off the second half for both these teams.
Blackhawks still without a made 3 in this game, 0-7. Goody, fade away. First, goes inside. Gets his own rebound. And Callan Wood, the third chance effort, as Blackhawk continuing to get rebound after rebound and finally score. It's now a 1-point game.
Blackhawk Christian, they're so dangerous off the boards. You have Caleb First, 6'10", Callan Wood, 6'1". They'll get the job done when somebody misses.
Burke. Davidson drives in. Knocked out of bounds by Colpine. 5:50 to go in the third. It's Colpine, good defense to knock it out.
Right now, neither team has shown signs of building any kind of separation in this one so far.
Zane Burke able to draw the foul. Zane Burke, ranked by bounce from outside the huddle, is the number 5 preseason area player. He signed with St. Francis to play basketball. Is that foul going against Leaper? That's his first and the team's first. As Burke, now 30 of 44 at the line this season, about 67%.
Neither of these teams have hit the free throw stripe very often tonight. Not many fouls going on right now in the half. Homestead only has 1, and this was Blackhawk Christian's first trip to the line.
Burke knocks down both. He's up to 10 points, and they reclaim the lead. Homestead led by 3 after 2. Spartans still without a point in this quarter. Foul against the Braves. That's the 3rd personal foul on Jake Boyer. So he's going to have to check out as Sefton forced to come in.
That was a very subtle push, almost not necessary to cause a foul, and it got him in foul trouble too.
Lawyer. Simmons can't hit the 3-pointer. Blackhawk in transition, up by 1. Homestead still without a point in this third quarter. The shot, no. Collected by Leaper. Goody wants to push it now to Lawyer. Lawyer, fancy move. Slapped away by Colpine. Lawyer goes up with it. Able to draw a foul. As Fletcher Lawyer, basically automatic, 49 of 50 at the free throw line this season. That's number 1 in the entire United States.
Yeah, do we even need to say if these go in? It's like Justin Tucker going up for a field goal. You don't really got to watch it to see if he'll make it or not. 49 of 50 on the season so far. Essentially automatic.
Arman in, Leaper out.
Both these teams really going back and forth with the lead. It's like a ping pong match between these two squads.
Leaper on the sideline appears to be in a bit of pain as Homestead back in front by 1. Sefton misses a 3. Rebound fought for. A lot of aggressiveness from both sides. Jump ball. Homestead with the possession arrow.
Right now, both teams getting caught on a little bit of happy feet. Very aggressive off the boards. You can tell they really want the ball. They're going to do whatever it takes to get it.
Underneath Simmons as he lost a shoe. Cool looking shoes right there for Grant Simmons.
Yeah, nice pair of Kyrie's. I would like a pair. I would like a pair like that.
Simmons now with 9 points as Blackhawk down by 3 points now. Burke at the top of the key. First knocked out of bounds, staying with the Braves. Goody thought first was the last to touch it.
And Homestead's defense getting very aggressive recently. Just off the boards, they're really aggressive to get the rebound, and on these passes, they're doing whatever they can to get in the way of them.
Burke goes up with it. Warrior collects the rebound. Homestead in transition. Goody, deep three-pointer.
You won't see Luke Goody miss that often in transition when he gets a three-point shot like that. You gotta guard him in those situations if you're Blackhawk Christian.
Sefton was in for Boyer, who has 3 personal fouls on the bench for the Braves. As Wood also has 2 personal fouls. First underneath, Caleb First, his first basket of this third quarter, and now with 18 points overall in the game.
Caleb First has planted a flag and claimed his territory inside the paint so far. 18 points.
Homestead. Few missed shots underneath, but Colpane will go to the free throw line. He hasn't been at the line in quite a while, as he's only 7 of 13. He had 4 points in the first half. Has not scored yet this quarter. Sefton picks up his first foul.
This team overall very consistent from the free throw stripe right now. They're shooting a perfect 4 of 4 on the game, and in very important situation. I mean, it's a close game, 1 possession. They need all the points they can get at the free throw line.
Colpane makes that one. 30-second timeout called by Blackhawk Christian. It's a 41-38 game, 3:19 to go in this third quarter. Very back-and-forth game, Brayden.
Yeah, you're watching 2 of the best teams in the state go at it, and they're showing why they are in the top 5 in Sagarin in the coaches' poll. It's back and forth, and so far, not much separation has been built between these 2 teams. When somebody hits a bucket on one end, in almost 10, 20 seconds, somebody's already landing one on the other side of the court. It's been a fun one to watch.
When you look at predictions in this game, John Harrell predicted Homestead to win 69-67. Bounce, who's in the house, picked Homestead. Sagarin has Homestead as a 0.46 advantage over Blackhawks, so not even a full point separates these two. In the all-time series, Homestead leads 5-1 over Blackhawk. Out of the timeout, Braves ball, looking to tie it up with a 3. Blackhawk 0-9 shooting the 3 in this game. First, thought about the 3, goes inside and scores. Caleb First with 20 points, as it's a 1-point game now.
You know, there's open guys around the perimeter in situations like that. Caleb First disregards it. Even when he's being double-teamed, he'll take the basket down low.
Goody drives in and able to draw a foul. Goody averages 20 points per game, 9.2 rebounds per game. Put up 26 points against Southside on Friday. 36 of 45 coming into this game from the free throw line. That's 80%.
Right now, he's the key contributor for the Spartan squad. Up to 15 points, lead scorer for the Spartans. Main reason that they are holding on to a 1-point lead right now.
I believe that was the first missed free throw as a team for Homestead. Goody second, misses that one. Still a 1-point game. 2:43 to go in this third. First on the baseline, guarded by Goody. Finds the open man underneath. And Sefton scores. That's his first basket of the game. Gage Sefton, a tennis player for the Braves. Out of bounds as Homestead.
And that was just another bad turnover for the Spartans. Right now they're up to, I believe, 5. And it's just not looking pretty in the second half.
Burke on the left wing, beyond the arc. Knocked away. Simmons able to save it to Caden Kapowicki. Goody now to Harmon. Fires a three. It's good! Quinn Harmon drills a three-pointer. The 6'3" senior guard only averages 1.8 points per game. Knocked down a huge shot there. That three no good by Davison. First scores with a chance for an and one. Caleb First. Another basket now with 22 points. And a free throw coming. 80% free throw shooter on the season, Caleb First.
And what a response by Blackhawk Christian. Quinn Harmon got the three-pointer in transition on the other end, and then just a very quick, fast-paced possession by Blackhawk Christian ends in an and one attempt for Caleb First.
Coping in for Caden Kapowicki as Goody picks up his second personal foul, the team's second this half. First knocks down that free throw, able to complete the and one. As Caleb First now with 23 points. It's above his season average. Average is about 22.3 points per game. The 6'10" senior going to produce. Simmons, right corner, three ball. Misses. Colpin can't get the putback. Davidson tipped around. Give it to Homestead. That's a close call right there. Some Blackhawk fans not happy about that one.
Yeah, right now, both teams need to get a little more aggressive on the defensive end. It seems like beyond the arc, the three-point shooters on both teams are being left wide open. We saw Grant Simmons on that last Homestead possession pretty much left with all the space he needed in the corner to take that shot.
Lawyer, nifty move to the basket. Fletcher Lawyer, 10 points. Bit of a quiet game for him. Average is 24.8. As Blackhawk has done a nice job on the defensive end, shutting down Lawyer.
And if you want to know how good Fletcher Lawyer is, having double-digit points is below what we would expect from the Purdue commit at 24.8 points per game.
Underneath, Sefton. Out to Davidson. This is on that three, as Blackhawk cannot hit a three-pointer. They're 0 of 11 from three-point this game. Homestead 5 of 17.
They have needed to convert those three-point shots. I mean, when you are missing this many times from beyond the arc, missing out on these opportunities, it's really costing you.
12 seconds to go. Homestead holding for the final shot again. Lawyer. The 6 seconds, Goody. To Colpin, takes the open three-pointer. That's good! Caleb Colpin at the buzzer. Knocks it down for Homestead to give the Spartans a 4-point lead heading to the fourth quarter. It's 49-45 Homestead. After three, we'll be right back after this. Start of the fourth quarter. Homestead shooting stats pretty good from two, not so great from three, 6 of 18.
right now, Homestead, their shooting percentage is the main reason that they're holding on to this 4-point lead at 33% from beyond the arc and 59% from inside. They've really been thriving on the offensive end. Meanwhile, Blackhawk Christian, they've been struggling yet to make a three-pointer on the game. It's really been the tale of two different teams when it comes to shooting.
Homestead outscores Blackhawk 14-13 in that third quarter. Start of the fourth. 7:56 to go in this fourth quarter.
Blackhawk Christian, they have got to get the tempo going. They're having very slow offensive possessions right
What a shot by Boyer, who has 3 personal fouls, has not played here in this a lot in this game. It's the fourth quarter. 7:45 to go as the foul committed by Fletcher Lawyer. That's his second.
now. Well, right when I said that, 15-second possession that ended in an and one without the free throw there.
Homestead other end.
They're starting to guard the perimeter well. Fletcher Lawyer, even when he's all the way out there from beyond the arc, they're having somebody on him at all times.
Harmon to Goody. Thought about the deep three-pointer. Takes the deep two-pointer. Burke the rebound. Nearly averages 7 rebounds per game as a 6'3" guard. That's pretty good. First, Goody pokes it away.
Goody playing really up-close defense on Caleb first. Has an arm near him at all times.
First able to draw a foul again. Last year Homestead won 69-55 at Blackhawk.
Caleb first, he has gone to the line so many times tonight. It's like they're playing hack-a-shack, but with a high percentage free throw shooter who's been getting the job done all night long.
First now with 24 points.
Those are crucial free throws to hit for Blackhawk Christian. Able to tie up the game by going 2 of 2 at the line right there.
Goody. Out to Lawyer. Takes a three-pointer. That's no good. As Lawyer's having a bit of a cold game for his standards, only 10 points. He scored 16-plus points every game this season. He's even scored more than 30 points 4 different times.
Yeah, usually when you leave him open in those kind of situations where you can get a catch-and-shoot three-pointer opportunity, he's going to hit it, but not so much tonight.
Tied at 49. Goody gives Homestead the lead. Surprisingly, Luke Goody with his first basket of the second half did not score in the third quarter. Now with 17 points overall in the game. It's a 2-point Homestead lead approaching 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
And Luke Goody's going to need to step up on the offensive end the rest of the way. Like you said, those were his first basket. His first points of the second half, had 15 in the first. He's going to need to get some more points in this fourth quarter.
51-49. Homestead over Blackhawk. Burke able to draw a foul, as that's the 5th team foul on Homestead this half, as the Braves able to drive in and get quite a few free throws here in the second half. Foul on Grant Simmons, that's his first.
Yeah, and Blackhawk Christian, they have been very efficient from the free throw line so far, 83% from the stripe.
Burke knocks down that one. Now with 11 points on the game.
And here in the fourth quarter, where oftentimes these free throws are to decide who has the lead, you gotta hit them.
Burke with 12, tied at 51. Lawyer, the ball for Homestead. He drives in the paint. Crazy shot off glass. There's a whistle. Foul on Boyer. That's his 4th. One of the Blackhawk Christian Braves top players, Jacob Boyer, picks up his 4th.
Yeah, surely Coach Davidson does not want to see Jacob Boyer in foul trouble. Averages 10.2 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game. He's one of the key contributors to this Braves squad, and having him in foul trouble, not something Coach wants to see here in the fourth quarter.
Boyer knocks down both. He has 12 points. It's a 2-point Homestead lead. 5:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us. It's been literally back and forth the entire game. I think the biggest lead in this game may have been 5 points. I think Homestead led by that margin, as underneath the Braves able to add. That's Boyer now with 6. Tied at 53.
Homestead, they really need a bucket on this possession, especially from Fletcher Lawyer. I'm sure Coach Parker wants to see him get out of this funk with a nice jumper here.
Lawyer, cold-blooded, knocks down the triple, up to 15 points, and gives Homestead a 3-point lead.
And he made that three-pointer right when Homestead needed it. Like I said, he's been having a little bit of an off night when it comes to shooting, but right there, clutch three-pointer.
Burke can't get the three-pointer to fall, but underneath, First scores now with 27 points.
And that has been the story all night long for Blackhawk Christian.
Lawyer, a three ball for Homestead. Back-to-back threes for Fletcher Lawyer. And he's up to 18 points just like that. 12 points coming in this second half. Homestead a 4-point lead midway through this fourth quarter.
And Blackhawk Christian, they have got to guard Fletcher Lawyer more aggressively from beyond the arc. Sure, he's had a bad night so far, but he's starting to get it going, and I'd expect Coach Davidson to make plenty of adjustments to that Homestead offense now that Fletcher Lawyer is 2 for 2 in his last three-pointer attempts.
Foul on Colpine, that's his second. Underneath Boyer, doesn't get the roll. Offensive board though, as Wood who collected it.
That was an odd situation. Andrew Leeper almost wasn't ready for the inbound.
Not able to save it is Wood. Turnover as Homestead with possession, up by 4. 3:35 to go in the fourth quarter.
Blackhawk Christian, this late in the game, with under 4 minutes left, they have got to clean it up on the offensive end. They have 9 turnovers right now, more than double Homestead's. They want to win. They got to get those fixed.
Good, he misses the shot as Davidson not able to save it before he goes out of bounds. Homestead still with possession as number 1 Blackhawk and number 3 Homestead go at it. This matchup between two of the best teams in the state right now.
Guard Lawyer here. Can't give him any space. Number 24 is on him.
Goody knocks down just his second basket of this second half. He's up to 19. Timeout call by Blackhawk. 61-55 Homestead with, I believe, their largest lead of the game. And Homestead Media is your source for the latest Homestead news, athletics, and more. Tune in every Friday to HHS In Depth for stories that affect our community and school. And check out future HHS live broadcasts for your number 1 source for Homestead athletics. Just search Homestead Media on YouTube. And right now, Brayden Homestead starting to pull away now by 6 points.
Yeah, it's mainly been because Fletcher Lawyer has found his footing from beyond the arc in this fourth quarter. He's starting to hit those shots a lot more consistently. He's up to 18 points for the Spartans. Him and Goody are the main reason that Homestead is starting to pull away in these last couple minutes, up 6 now over the Braves.
Goody has 19, Lawyer 18, and Caleb First 27 points. No one has been able to slow him down.
Yeah, and when Blackhawk Christian has missed those three-pointers, which they have all night long and not hitting a single one so far, First has been cleaning up the board and getting the second chance buckets.
First again, swatted by Goody. Homestead possession. Under 3 minutes to go in the fourth. 6-point lead for the Spartans. Colpine, right corner. If you're Blackhawk, you don't want to foul Lawyer. Steps into a 3, and it's good again. Fletcher Lawyer unconscious with 21 points. 9-point Homestead lead.
And Blackhawk Christian has to fix their defense right now. Fletcher Lawyer, he has the hot hand in this fourth quarter.
Lawyer only at 6 points at half. Three-pointer missed again by Blackhawk. Knocked out of bounds, staying with the Braves. As Homestead now with 9 made threes on 23 attempts, and Blackhawk 0 of 13 beyond the arc this game.
Blackhawk has to get their offense going, and has to get it going quickly, because right now Homestead starting to widen the margin big time.
Third personal on Lawyer. The team's 7th, so 1-1 the rest of the way for Blackhawk.
Zane Burke, one of the players that Blackhawk Christian would like to see at the line, shooting 67%.
Maybe spoke a little too soon there, as one of the rare misses from the line tonight for Blackhawk.
Currently shooting 88%, and they really need to hit those free throws in these situations. That was not a timely miss.
Simmons. Swiped away by Burke. Reverse swatted by Lawyer. As Leaper finally able to collect the rebound. As Blackhawk in the full court press. Lawyer underneath scores the easy layup. 10-point Homestead lead. Under 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Fletcher Lawyer is on fire right now. Really leading this Homestead offense to now a double-digit lead.
Lawyer has 17 points in the second half and 23 for the game.
And most of that production has come here in the fourth quarter, right when Homestead needed it. A very back-and-forth game for most of the way, but now that Fletcher Lawyer has gotten it going, Blackhawk Christian just unresponsive on the defensive end.
Burke knocks down that one. Still, by no means is this one over.
But they have got to clean things up really on both sides of the court, or else it will be over. They need to start hitting those three-pointers, because you're down 9 with three-pointers. That's a 3-possession game, so they've really got to hit those crucial buckets.
Foul was on Simmons for Homestead, as one more for Burke. It's that one. Burke now with 15 points in the game. Full court press for Blackhawk. Homestead able to get across. Lawyer goes in, out of bounds. Deflected off of Blackhawk and staying with Homestead.
And Blackhawk really needed a turnover there. Homestead, they've been riding the momentum throughout this entire fourth quarter. And a turnover, especially in a situation like this with under 2 minutes left, would have been crucial to the Braves.
Lawyer used to get it in. Finally gets it in. To Simmons. Homestead up 8. Colpine to Goody.
And Homestead might just be buying time right now. 90 seconds left, just passing things around.
Foul on the Braves. That's just the team's 6th. So no 1-1 yet. That was the second foul on Davidson.
Down 8, you got to start thinking about fouling the Spartans. You're down 8. You got to consider taking Homestead to the line.
First, with his first foul of the game. Leaper in for Harmon as Grant Simmons, 23 to 29 at the line, coming into this game, 79% free throw shooter.
And these free throws with under 1.5 minutes left could really seal up this game. And Homestead, they've been very consistent from the line so far, 80%.
Simmons now with 10. Homestead up by 9, 1:26 to go in the fourth. Simmons misses the other one. Is Lawyer able to steal it away? He's fouled. If you're Blackhawk, not who you want to foul, a 98% free throw shooter, was 49 of 50 coming into this game. That's the second foul on Sefton as Boyer back in for Sefton.
You can see the frustration on Zane Burke's face. He knew that Blackhawk didn't have to turn it over there.
That's a bit odd as Fletcher Lawyer, just his second missed free throw of the season.
Yeah, he really missed that unfortunate time when Homestead's trying to wrap this game up.
Foul underneath. Lawyer was in the area, and they do get him for the foul. That's his fourth. He's really carried this Homestead team in the second half with 17 points in the second half.
And you know that missed free throw is hanging over Fletcher Lawyer's head. He's definitely thinking about it. He just needs to not overthink it and try to get back into his shooting groove after that miss.
Good by Boyer. It's a 1-and-1. Boyer now with 7 points on the game.
He has to make these free throws. Blackhawk Christian trying to stay in this game by hitting these very crucial shots.
Homestead leads by 7, 1:07 to go in the fourth. Cross half court, Lawyer. Now to Harmon now. Under a minute to go. And finally a foul. That'll be the 9th as a team for Blackhawk. Burke commits the foul. Just his first personal foul of the game. For Homestead, you have Quinn Harmon at the line, a senior that's 2 of 2.
You know, that was a very smart defensive play by Blackhawk Christian. They let Lawyer dribble around because they know how high of a free throw percentage shooter he is, first in the nation. So they just let him dribble across the court and pass to somebody else so they can foul.
Huge free throws by Quinn Harmon. Timeout is called. 30-second timeout called by the Homestead Spartans. A 9-point lead with 56.4 seconds to go in the fourth. Wouldn't say this one is over yet, as on Saturday against Lawrence North, the girls' game against Homestead, they knocked down quite a few threes in a short amount of time. But if Homestead can knock down their free throws, they should have this one wrapped up.
Yeah, it's not quite over yet. Blackhawk Christian still has a chance, but they have got to guard Homestead better, and that's really been what's been detrimental to the Braves on the defensive end, allowing Fletcher Lawyer to get these open shots, and he's been landing them, especially in this fourth quarter. That's the main reason that they find themselves down 9 points right now, and they're in a pretty tough situation. It's going to take a lot to come back into this game.
Homestead has hit 9 more three-pointers than Blackhawk. They've hit 9, and Blackhawk has not hit a single three this game. They're 0 of 13 beyond the arc. Now would be the time for it. Burke misses. Homestead rebound. 45 seconds to go. Goody is fouled. Goody has 19 points. An 80% free throw shooter coming into this game.
Blackhawk Christian missing all their three-pointers tonight. Has just been a huge factor in them being down double digits in this game. If they hit those three-pointers, even a few of them, they'd find themselves in a much better situation.
That was a 10th team foul, so Blackhawk, I guess I should say Homestead in the double bonus, as Goody knocks down both free throws. An 11-point lead. Under 45 seconds to go. The Braves need to do something quick if they want to get back on this one. A deep three-pointer. That's no good by Davidson. Wood, air ball. 30 seconds to go. Homestead up by 11. And Goody's fouled again. Homestead can taste the victory right now.
That was just not the play that Coach Davidson wanted to see. He had Marcus Davidson wide open in the corner, but they just couldn't find him over there and ended up taking a much lower percentage shot that ended up not going in.
Goody misses the free throw there, but still an 11-point lead for Homestead. Under 30 seconds to go.
Unless Caleb First has a Tracy McGrady-like comeback in him, there's not much Blackhawk Christian can do right now.
Goody now with 22. Lawyer has 23 for Homestead. Burke underneath misses that one. Collected by Lawyer, and if you're Blackhawk, yep, don't foul. 12-point lead, 15 seconds to go as Homestead comes away with their biggest win of the season. A 72-60 victory over the #1 ranked Blackhawk Christian Braves. Homestead improves to 13-0 on the season. What a huge win for this Homestead team.
Any doubt that was had for Homestead certainly has been taken away now, knocking off a top 5 team in the coaches poll in Saalfrank rankings and in double-digit fashion.
Homestead a great win, 72-60 over Blackhawk Christian. A nice win. Blackhawk with their first loss of the season. They fall to 10-1 as Homestead improves now to 13-0 overall. Big win for the Spartans over a very talented Blackhawk Christian team led by First, who had 27 points, but not enough as Homestead gets the 12-point win over Blackhawk. Big win for Luke Goody and Fletcher Lawyer. Now let's send it down to sideline reporter Jenna Lane, who's with Luke Goody.
Thanks, Matt. I'm here with senior Luke Goody. And Luke, big win tonight over one of the best teams in the state. How are you guys able to get that done?
We had a good game plan going into the game. Coach Johnson always has us prepared, and we came out here, we executed. Caleb First had a good game, still at 27, but one of our biggest focuses was to shut down their other scorers and to hold one of their best scorers to 4 points. Credit to Grant Simmons and all the other guys that guarded him. I feel like we came out and we executed really well.
And this year was a lot different with all the fans in the stands, but does it kind of seem like the good old days?
Yeah, it does. Coach Johnson was in there joking around, like talking about how this is a regular Tuesday game where not many people come. So for them to have enough fans and some fans come out on both sides was really fun tonight.
And we know you and Caleb are good friends, so tonight was the final time you guys will battle in high school. What's it been like playing against him?
It's been an honor to play against someone so good. Growing up the whole time and playing them all 4 years, such a great team is an honor. I can't wait to play against them in college and keep the series going.
And conference play resumes Friday night at Snyder. What do you guys need to work on before then?
We just got to keep going. This win doesn't mean anything. It's still a regular season. It's just a regular conference game or a regular season game. And next game is a conference game, so we got to be ready.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Matt, back to you.
Thanks, Jenna, as Homestead gets the 72-60 win over the Blackhawk Christian Braves. A huge win for Homestead over a very good Blackhawk team. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have team stats and player of the game. You're watching the OPS pregame show on Homestead Live.
Rethink your limits.
Homestead wins 72-60 over Blackhawk Christian. Now, some final stats. Brayden, Fletcher Lawyer really stepped up in that second half. Only had 6 points at the halftime break, but put 17 in the final 2 quarters, and he ended up with 23 points. And Luke Goody also added 22 points. Simmons had 10 points as top 3 scores for Homestead. Really played well.
Yeah, and it was a back-and-forth game until Fletcher Lawyer stepped up and was able to help Homestead get the job done in that fourth quarter. He was really hitting a lot of clutch three-pointers in crucial minutes, was able to really expand the lead for the Spartans. Really, without Fletcher Lawyer being able to step up in the second half, really improve on his shooting on the night, I don't know if Homestead would have such a wide margin of victory or a victory.
Homestead wins by 12 points, and for Blackhawk, they're led by Caleb First, who had 27 points. Zane Burke also added 15 points. Now looking at some team stats. Homestead, they shoot 9 of 23 from three-point range. Blackhawk, they shot 0 of 16 from 3, so you're thinking they just knocked down a few of those, they would have a better chance to have won that game. Homestead 16 of 26 from 2. Blackhawk 24 of 38 from 2. Homestead 13 of 18 on free throws, and Blackhawk 12 of 13 on free throws. Homestead 21 rebounds. That's 6 less than Blackhawks 27. Braves had 10 turnovers. Homestead only 5 turnovers. Homestead shot overall 25 of 49, and Blackhawk 24 of 54. Any final thoughts from you, Brayden, on tonight's matchup?
Just a fantastic game. The crowd was really into it, and it did not disappoint. 2 top 5 teams in the coaches poll stepped up. Homestead able to get the double-digit win, but don't take anything away from Blackhawk.
And both the Homestead boys and girls basketball team are in action on Friday at Snyder. The girls game is at 6 with the boys game to follow. Join us a week from today as Warsaw comes to Homestead in a girls basketball matchup with tip-off set for 7:30 with a Homestead video live stream available. Also on Tuesday, the boys travel to sectional opponent Columbia City. You'll have a radio broadcast available for that game with tip-off set for approximately 7:30. Homestead improves to 13-0 with the win, winning by a score of 72-60, handing the Braves their first loss of the season. Luke Goody improves to 3-1 against good friend and AAU teammate Caleb First at the high school level. Homestead doesn't get much of a break as they have a tough task on Friday against the Snyder Panthers. For Brayden, Carroll, Jenna Lane, and the entire Homestead Live crew, this is Matt Saalfrank saying so long from Homestead High School. This has been a presentation of Homestead Live.